was just using a plain word dock for so long. Yeah, this hand's great, right? Snap it off. Fetch basic island ponder. Kratos, god of bolts, ain't that the truth? Morning. Looking for some lands here. It's an easy any order and shuffle. Okay. Brainstorm. And we'll get to go Volk pass here probably. Unless they play like Deathrite Shaman or Delver. If they play Deathrite Shaman or Delver, we'll probably Brainstorm into Bolt. Yeah. If I hit a land naturally, I might just Bolt this. Rather than Brainstorming first to play around days on my Bolt. Alright, I'm gonna lead on Brainstorm here. Hey, Icapon with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I really appreciate that. As always, subscriptions are the best way you can support my content here. This might be a matchup where Jace is good, but there's also a pretty good chance that it isn't. So I'm going to go ahead and throw back Jace and Tracker for now, especially since I'm missing land drops, it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and try and bolt this. Notepads to spreadsheets to databases. I think a lot of data isn't large enough to warrant a database, but that's definitely the tiers, right? The question is, do I force a daze here? I don't think so. Wow, I am gonna force a force though. That sounds like... I think I'm gonna keep my Preordains over the Counterspell, which might be wrong. I could see that being wrong. Wasteland tilt. I'm glad I kept my cantrips. Ding ding ding, we have a winner. I go bottom here. Fire's probably decent. I'm just gonna pass the turn for now. Ball therapy. Yeah, that's fine. We don't have any cards that you'd really want to blind name here. Show and tell. Yeah, I guess we do kind of look like a show and tell deck, don't we? Bolt feels a little bit out of place, but show and tell's a pretty reasonable guess there. Bedlam Reveler. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is sweet. Okay, so we're just looking for a red source at this point. I go bottom, top here. Play this. I can actually cast this, can't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Huh. Do I just jam this? Do I just jam this Bedlam Reveler? They obviously don't have threats, right? Is it worth, like, waiting a turn to send damage upstairs? I think I just jammed the Bedlam Reveler. I'm just gonna jam. Your move, Kaiba. Yeah, there could have been merit to playing around days there. I could see that. But jamming Bedlam Reveler there also makes their Cabal Therapy in the graveyard worse, which is nice for us. Is this card good in the Legacy? It might be. These cards seem decent, right? I think I'm just in for these. I'm gonna shuffle. I wanna grow with the Burnwillows, I think. Most of our hits are good here. Why did you cast the Preordain before the fetch land? Because there were 3 cards in the bottom of my deck that I knew weren't lands that I'd bottomed from previous Preordains. So I didn't want to shuffle those back in before digging with the Preordain that I already had. It's a good question. I think Jace and Tireless Tracker are probably a little bit slow here, so I'm going to trim the Tracker and one of the Jaces. Like, these cards are more for, like, the 4-color Control of Miracles matchups. Counterspell's a little bit clunky as well. I think I definitely want... Yeah, we're looking for a land. So if I know what I'm looking for if I know the thing I'm looking for, if I bottomed things that I'm not looking for, I don't want to shuffle those things back in before I dig for the thing I'm looking for. I think I just want a couple of Pyroblasts here. I'm going to board out 1 Force of Will and bring in another Pyroblast. They probably have True Names in their deck. This is probably fine, although because they have True Name, that probably makes these forces slightly better. What's my blue count like here? This is 16, 17. Yeah, this is plenty. This is probably good. I think I'd buy this for $1. Like, forcing through a Bedlam Reveler seems pretty potent. This hand's pretty terrible, right? It just, like, got a lot of lands in it. It's got a Bedlam Reveler we can't cast for a while. This is decent. I'm gonna bottom another Preordain. I'm bolt the crap out of this guy. If I hadn't drawn the Scalding Tarn there, I'd probably lead on the Grove so they can't waste us off for only blue source, but because I have a backup blue source here, I think I'm fine leading on the Volk. Yeah, this is Legacy. This is not Modern. So Jace and Friends are not legal in Modern until Wednesday on Magic Online and Monday in Paper. These are my cards. My cards are amazing. They're not really that amazing. Let me tell you about the Burnwillows. Burn, baby, burn. Disco and fun. Do, 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 do. Beep, beep, do, 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 do. Beep, beep, do, 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 do. Super happy to pick a Brainstorm up here. It's gonna let us throw some of these extra lands back. Probably throw these 2 back. Wolves. I'm going to play this Grove out before I Brainstorm, and the reason for this is I don't want them to be able to daze and force me to crack this fetch land before this resolves, because I want this to resolve before I crack the fetch, that way I can shuffle these 2 lands away. Huh. I think I want the backup Grove since I hit the Punishing Fire here, so I'm gonna put these back. I'm gonna go ahead and pass to my opponent's turn, and during their upkeep, I'm gonna kill this with fire. Fetch a Volk. I want to do this on my opponent's turn for 2 reasons. The first is that if they have a Stifle, it makes them use their mana on their turn. Same thing for Spell Pierce. So if they have a way to interact with this, and they do have a Stifle, okay, I think I'm gonna force this. Kinda want my land. This gets us into trouble if they have like Fluster or Pyroblast plus a Stifle. I get a little bit on this now. Okay. Yep. Fair's fair. There's a lot to love here, JW. There's a lot to love. Alright, well now that they're tapped out, let's just kill this now. Die. It is a little bit unfortunate that we have to redraw these 2 cards that we wanted to shuffle away too. So So kind of get punished for my sequencing. I played around, was trying to play around them having one piece of interaction, then we ended up getting blown out by them having two pieces of interaction. Our Delver, sure. So I'm gonna wait till my turn to return this Punishing Fire to my hand. Since I know I have this island on top of my deck anyways, waiting till my turn means I get to play around Surgical Extraction, because if they go to Surgical Disc in response, I just get to return it with the other Grove. This is game 2. Same thing again, I'm gonna do this during their upkeep. I think we're fine. I just like, it wasn't an ideal outcome for us. Kill this one with the fire. The punishing fire. Oh, Dawkin! We're Flusterstorming my punishing fire. Let me tell you about things that are not winning propositions, opponent. Let me tell you about things that don't end well for you on average. That's fair, Talran. Maybe I'm supposed to wait and let them trigger it first. Just gonna continue playing around Surgical here. Death to my enemies. Resolves. You got me. He's dead, Jim. He's dead. He's deader than dead. Stop killing him. He's already dead. Stop it. I'm gonna just continue playing around Surgical here. Sweet Deathrite Shaman. Sweet Deathrite Shaman opponent. Why do they keep playing? That's a question for another day. Just, you know, Magic Online, competitive. Nobody knows really. I'll ponder for now. I had no idea Punishing Fire was this good. It's obnoxious. Given the market for all those cards. But Punishing Fire is probably okay. Ain't that the truth? Yeah, it really is. Punishing Fire is like an Umezawa's, and like again, the thing is like cards like Punishing Fire and Umezawa's GTA are contextual in the formats that they're being played in too, and Modern is more creature based than Legacy is, which means cards like Punishing Fire and Umezawa's GTA are more offensive in Modern than they are in Legacy, and they're pretty offensive in Legacy on average. They're pretty offensive. Yeah, it's fine if they ban Grove, obviously. Like, that's not even close. Do I want to cast this Brainstorm? I feel like I do. I feel like I do. I wouldn't mind hitting like another land drop here. Yeah, look at that. So I'm gonna throw this Sweltering Suns and this fetch land back, and then we'll basically snap this Counterspell on almost anything they play next turn, and then we'll play Bedlam with Force Up the following turn. So I'm basically just like snap counterspelling any cantrip they play here. Man. Huh. Alright, if they just pass the turn here, I think we're going to begin the slow grind. Yes, Delver of Secrets resolves. Delver of Secrets resolves. Why did you play the Delver? I hope I put Wooded Foothills back on top. I'm so smart and thin. Why did they play the Delver? I don't understand, chat. I'm so confused. I don't get it. There's like making sure I'm awake, I guess. Is that the line? We're making sure I'm awake? Shuffle away the Sweltering Suns that's on top of my deck. Alright, we're gonna nug you for one. This is the actual misery. This is the actual misery that is Punishing Fire, because once you've slaughtered your opponent's board with it, you get to sit here and nug them for one every turn with it. Like, alright, 3 mana, 1 you. Alright, 3 mana, 1 you. Alright, 3 mana, 1 you. I'm in any order and shuffle this. I think I'd like more Punishing Fire in my life. Like, I don't really want to play this Bedlam while I've got, like, I feel like I can't lose this game while I've got, like, Force, Counterspell, Punishing Fire, right? So, like... Dr. Peasy. Sure. Kill it with fire. This is the world we're living in. Hey opponent, guess what? This Punishing Fire can also kill your elemental. I know this is a strange concept. It's gonna be a little weird. It's gonna be a little weird for you. I should have done this at their end of turn because I gave them an extra mana. I'm just gonna counterspell this. Counterspell this. I really just want to windmill this Bedlam Reveler. I really just want to windmill this Bedlam Reveler. I could start killing them. I drew a Snapcaster Mage? Well, now I can't Bedlam because I drew a Snapcaster Mage. I guess we could snap bolt them. Nah, I just want to kill them. I'm gonna snap bolt them here. Could snap the Punishing Fire. The real lines. Man, I hope we're gonna have enough time to play a full league with this deck. This is getting grindy. He's dead, Jim. He's dead. You have bolted my lightning bolt. I guess that's their line, right? They've got... They're auto-passing? They're auto-passing. Alright, I'm not... And this is a Magic Online thing. I'm not playing around Surgical anymore because they're auto-passing. Which is definitely like, you probably shouldn't do this in real life, but it's definitely a thing that you get to do on Magic Online. Go top here. I guess they could theoretically rip another Wasteland, right? Get off from under the Punishing Firelock here. Yep. Okay. I'm so confused as to why they played out all those creatures. Like, could you imagine if they like had all those creatures that they just like threw away in this giant blaze of dumpster fire? Like, remember all those creatures my opponent decided they didn't need? They're stifling my Punishing Fire activation. Deal. Resolves. Yep. I did board down to 1 Jace, to be fair. I did board down to 1 Jace. Shuffle the crap out of those. Being said, we do have a lot of cantrips at our deck. Another Bedlam. What if I just go Bedlam here? That's probably great, right? I actually don't have a red source I can fetch with this. I mean, over the course of 2 turns, Holidays. Over the course of 2 turns, I'm gonna go Bedlam. What a tilt. Miss, you're not wrong. These cantrips are so much better than everything else we have in Modern. It's kind of unreasonable. Tilt. They Diabolic Edicted my treasure cruise. That's so unfair. Why would you edict my treasure cruise, opponent? That's so unreasonable. I don't know, I'm not really expecting much from Bloodbraid Elf. Not expecting much from Bloodbraid Elf. Yep. I don't know if it's a drop with this. Last fetchable land. I guess I have basic mountain left in my deck still. Should I have counterspelled one of these? Probably. I wasn't paying attention. Probably should have counterspelled one and then I could snap Pyroblast the other. That was a mistake. Alright. Let's play Dack Fayden and then draw 2, discard 2. I have these extra cards in my hand that aren't particularly great right now. Okay. Is there a bolt in my graveyard still? There is. I could have snapped Sweltering Suns, that's true. There's been some slops this game, chat. There's been some sloppy slops. There's been some sloppy slops. Hopefully through the power of Bedlam Reveler we're gonna persevere, but there has certainly been some slops. You had a chance to cast Jace and didn't do it. Shameful, ain't that the truth? He could have cast Jace and he chose not to. Should have snapped. We do still have 1 Grove left in our deck, so I do still have 1 Grove left in my deck. Jace, what is this, Modern? All right, so what? We get 6 looks at a Punishing Fire at a Grove next turn. Man, could you imagine if I had a counterspelled this like I should have? All right. We are running a touch slow on cards in the library. That much is true. We are in fact, which is just a huge upside for this deck in my opinion. That's a concession, Grove. All right, won the first match with 13 cards in our deck. I'm excited. Are you excited, chat? This deck's a hoot. Hoots magoots. This Bedlam Reveler card. Definitely not Treasure Cruise. Probably better than Treasure Cruise because it kills our opponent. With Treasure Cruise, you have to put like these other cards in your deck that kill your opponent. With Bedlam Reveler, it's Treasure Cruise plus it kills your opponent. It's a good wombo combo. Yeah, this is decent. It's got some fires, it's got some land, it's got some cantrips. Better than Jace. I mean, to be fair, Punishing Fire is banned in Modern and Jace isn't, so clearly Punishing Fire is better than Jace. I'll take one of those lands. That's true too. Yeah, completely 10 out of 10 agree with that. Wooded Foothills. And a Savage plays Wooded Foothills. Oh, we play Wooded Foothills. I'm just gonna go Misty Pass. I'm not quite sure what we want, what we don't want just yet. This could be a matchup where our bolts and our Punishing Fires aren't particularly good, and if that's the case, I want to brainstorm them away. Taiga. This bird? Oh, they're playing lands. This matchup's probably really bad for us. I would imagine that this matchup's rancid for us. There's like lands with a really bad hand. Legacy's a format that's really slow to adapt. There aren't a lot of competitive-minded players that play it. A lot of the people that play Legacy are just interested in just like sitting and working on their own deck. They just like play the same thing over and over again constantly because that's the deck they love playing. And like, that's a fine way to play Magic, but it is part of the reason why the format is kind of slow to progress. Those don't seem very good. I think we're just like looking for a Bedlam Reveler to get down here. Snap is actually kind of adorable because it stops them from making a 20/20 and killing us. We're going bottom here. I'm just like looking to stick a Jace basically. Or get a Bedlam Reveler going. Yeah, that's another reason too, Corporate correctly. In addition to people like getting stuck on their decks, it's expensive to not be stuck on your deck. So there's definitely a lot of people that play the deck that they know because to change is gonna be really expensive monetarily. The Punishing Fire Mirror is terrible. Tireless Tracker is kind of sweet. Those are about the only kinds that require strictly require extra democracy. Would have been Lightning Bolt here. Might not just have been Volcanic Island. Probably not. I get Tireless Tracker on the board next turn. I do reject random donation deck lists just because they don't look competitive on occasion, but most things I accept. Titan Shift. Oh yeah, Titan Shift we won't play. I mean, whether or not magic is worth it to you in paper totally depends on like what worth it means to you. Like, if you derive $2,000 worth of enjoyment out of playing Legacy, then you should pay your $2,000 and buy your Legacy deck. Having Dack in play is also pretty good against, it's pretty good against Chalice of the Void, too. Although I guess there are traditional lands decks, so they're probably not a Chalice deck. They porting me, wastelanding me, like what's going on here? What are you doing, opponent? I probably want to hold this force at this point. God, am I binning this Brainstorm? I think I'm binning this Brainstorm. Dack lets you loot through your 1-drops against the Chalice of the Void, so you don't take as much pain from it being in play.
Ow, 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 ow.
Maybe I'm just supposed to play the fetch land out there and not expose Tireless Tracker to Punishing Fire. I could see that being the case.
Ow, 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 ow. Ow, 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 ow.
Ow, ow, ow.
That's you. That's one charge.
Yeah, this one's charging, yep. I think I'm forcing to fight over this.
Go up.
They need to kill them with this Tireless Tracker. I think I'm fighting over this with a force. He's gonna draw me a lot of cards here. And I think I need to save the snap for their stupid what's it called? Hey dude. Yes, I love you, but you're obnoxious. Okay, so let's do this, and then let's crack it for another one. Yeah, you're funny. Funny looking. You're funny looking. Crack this, see what we get. I think I want to loot here. I don't know, I could just jam this Bedlam Reveler down their throat. I kind of just want to jam this Bedlam Reveler. Yeah, fuck it. Let's just jam the Bedlam Reveler. Just try and clock him here. Baby. Oh, baby. God, does this deck not have enough win conditions in it? We keep getting close to decking ourselves here. I think I want to hold the Snapcaster in the event. Yeah, I'm going to bin this extra Bedlam Reveler, which might be sacrilege, but and I'm going to take this because it can make clues with this. I think. I'm actually not sure. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel right now. We're getting to see too many cards, chat. It's drawing more cards. Clearly the deck needs a Lab Maniac. Clearly the deck needs a Lab Maniac. That's the actual problem, is that there's no Laboratory Maniac in our deck. You got me. We just add cards to our deck and the real angle. Mountain. Come on. Come at me. Come on. Cometh at me, bro. Cometh at me. Think I'm just passing here. Nah, who am I to not draw 2 cards? Who am I to not draw 2 cards, really? Your move, Kaiba. Do you wish to assemble Exodia? God, who's excited for this snap right now? I'm excited for this snap. And we're gonna do this now so that way we don't get Bajuka bogged. The old snap the snap. Modern legacy staple snap. Bounce you. Snap hype! I'm so excited. Alright, so these surgical extractions are great. This Pithing Needle is fine. This Tireless Tracker seems okay. Sweltering Suns is real bad. Punishing Fire is pretty mediocre. I think Force is fine in the abstract. Is Counterspell? Counterspell's probably pretty bad, right? What do we feel about Krosan Grip? Actually, so one thing I was thinking when I was looking at this deck, we have 3 basic islands and a bunch of fetches. I feel like it's kind of odd that there's no Blood Moons in this deck. I feel like not having Blood Moons in this deck is kind of a punt. I don't know if the Krosan Grips are playable or not. They probably are. I'm gonna board in 1. It's a little awkward that we don't have a basic forest, so like they can wasteland us off of our green, which feels a little bit bad. So I don't know that I want it from that aspect. Should have boarded in 1 Flusterstorm, actually. I do think it's strange and probably a punch that we don't have Blood Moon in our deck. Pretty easy mulligan here. No blue source. If we had a blue source, I'd probably snap it. There are lightning bolts in my deck still. I thought I boarded those out. I boarded out Punishing Fire. Okay. Seems fine. Not exciting, but fine. Take a land. It kind of sucks that I have to... This is going to be a non-basic since it's not a blue fetch land. We're going to be going with BBE and Jace in Modern. Yeah, almost certainly. We've got 3 donation deck lists in the queue for Jace currently. Life from the Loam. Life from the Loam. So you don't want to get cute in this matchup and try and surgical an extra Loam out of your opponent's hand. Just take their Loam now. You don't want them to be able to cycle something in response. Choke. Well, that's fucking rude. That's exceedingly rude. Welp. I guess we're casting this Preordain. And we're looking for some stuff. They went down to a Singleton Dark Depths post board. That's really good to know. And they have 2 copies of Choke. They have 3 Tireless Trackers. Let's take a quick screenshot of Rooney here. I wonder if, because they brought in all these Thorns and Spheres, if I want Ancient Grudge. Yeah, I think we're going to cut the bolts and the... I think we're going to cut the bolts for Grudges and what's it called in the 3rd game? Grudges and Grips. You want to watch this one?
I watch this one.
Okay.
Oh.
Watch goes, yep.
This goes. This.
Looking for a force of will, do-da. Gonna die to this choke, oh, the do-da day. We really can't beat... Wait, they Bajuka bogged me? Oh, they're just gonna play the Sphere of Resistance. Yeah, that probably means they're dead. So I guess I could draw Force naturally next turn. I was gonna concede to choke there, but you know, they gave me another draw step. I mean, their change was good. Their change makes their data policy slightly less shit than their previous data's policy. Is it still shit? Yes, it is in fact still shit. But it is slightly less shitty than it was prior. That's unfortunate. And I mean, like, we're still playing a game of Magic here, because my opponent decided for some god-awful reason they didn't just want to play their choke, but God bless. Ain't that the truth, Bob? So much respect for cards we don't have. A good way to put it. It's not, no, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. An accurate metagame forecast allows for good deck building. I'm glad you are still you and not Watsy Sheep. Yep. And like, you know, like reward the dog for making a good decision, I guess, but like they like their previous policy was like a solid 1 out of 10, and like their new policy is like a, I don't know, let's pick some small number. Their new policy is like a 3 out of 10 instead of a 1 out of 10. So they're gonna upkeep port me here. They like really want this choke to resolve. So I'm gonna brainstorm here because we're looking for a force for this choke. And remember, the force is gonna cost me a mana to play as well. So we're still representing force, which is nice. This data policy is 3 times better than the old one, ain't that the truth? I mean, at least we know they're not ghosting, right? Because like I've said, I would have conceded to the choke like 6 times now, and they still haven't cast the choke. What's how's the saying go? Put lipstick on a pig, still a pig. Here we go. Here we go, chat. No, don't shuffle. All right. And now I have this force of will. I have this force of will. I have this force of will. I will exert my force of will on your choke, opponent. Oh, excellent. Most excellent. My opponent shall not know what has hit them when I exert my force of feel. Just looking for more lands, right? Maybe cracking that fetch was a little aggressive. Bottom. Yeah, I think I'll take a land at this point. You have this great magic card that represents another crappy card game. I technically need one more land here, right? Because if I tap out for Dack, they could port me, change. Well, they can tap their Mox in response as part of the problem, that I don't have mana from the Mox. So if I tap down to 1 mana for Dack here, they can choke me next turn. No, that's not true, right? Because choke costs them 4. They'd need land plus choke. I think I'm okay with that, actually. Although I guess next turn I could Dack plus... Yeah, I'm just gonna pass here. I think it's not worth them hitting a land, because like if we just don't let the choke happen, we basically can't lose the game. So I think just like passing the turn here is the conservative play. Yeah, sweet. We hit the land. I guess the line is probably just take their Mox, right? Yeah, they boarded out. They have 1 Molten Vortex. Yeah, so I guess I'll just take their Mox Diamond here. Yeah, I guess maybe you're right, chat, that I should have done this last turn, just taking the Mox right away. Then I could have gotten Jace going sooner. Tireless Tracker? Or just finally the choke? This is a little late, opponent. A little bit late on that one. Hey, Darnia, with that Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much. Thanks for sending your Amazon fun money this way this month. I really appreciate that. And I think at this point we're just looking for another force to lock this up, right? A force plus snap, maybe. It's a Tireless Tracker. Okay. I think I'm gonna throw these 2 lands back and then just like cast this Tireless Tracker plus play and crack fetch land. Seems decent. I'm gonna get a mountain here just in case they have another choke. Oh, crap. Sphere of Resistance makes this cost 1 more. I don't know why I thought that was a Thorn. That's awkward. That's awkward. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna loot targeting myself now. The answer for Merit Liege would be ideal, I agree. We definitely want to dig for a snap here. I think I'm just bidding the Snapcaster Mage. No, that's not true. They just draw another choke? Or do they hit Tireless Tracker? They hit Tireless Tracker, okay. This is a reason why maybe I should have waited, or I should have held the bolt instead of the Snapcaster Mage. Next turn, I can go Tracker for 4, plus play Snapcaster for 3, plus Bolt for 2. So I get to do a lot next turn. And there's a force, that's pretty good. Let's start by Jacing. Couple of Bedlam Revelers. Yep. Am I putting this force back at this point? I think I am. Actually, am I putting back these 2? Yeah, that's kind of funny, right? If I put back these 2, I can go Tracker into Bedlam Reveler. I believe, right? I believe Bedlam still only cost me 2 here, right? Yeah. That's how magic works. Sure. Take their clues to let them have the satisfaction. I guess this tracker's gonna get out of hand pretty quickly. I can unsummon it next turn, and then probably bolt it on the way back down. We have the city's blessing. So how do we kill them? I don't know. We have a Jace and a Tireless Tracker. We'll figure it out. Calm down. Calm down. How do we kill them? That sounds like a problem for future Jeff. I actually just get to double block here, right? They can only kill one of my things. Because I can put both of these up to... Yeah, I can just double block here. Because it only has 7 power and these are going to have 8 defense once I crack 2 clues. Like, they'll kill one of my things. I'll take their Tireless Tracker off the table. Poor old future Jeff always picking up the slack. Look, future Jeff is an asshole. Speaking from experience, he could deal with it. He'll make do. Unsummon Bedlam Reveler and cast. God, I can't wait to do that in Modern. Who's ready to do that in Modern? Unsummon my Bedlam Reveler? That sounds great. Unsummon my Bedlam Reveler sounds like everything I want to be doing in life. I think we're just fate sealing just because I already can't hold all these cards in my hand. On the bottom, nope, you can keep that one. I'm gonna take your clue, I guess, just to like get rid of a card that you can draw. Thank God Jace isn't legal in Modern, right? Oh look, another Bedlam Reveler, sure. Now I'm gonna any order and shuffle those, I think, actually. We're just looking for a snap at this point, right? Just so like we don't like oops lose this game. Oh, I probably want to keep a blue card in my hand, huh? Flusterstorm plus Ponder. Hey, Full Metal Alchemist with the $4.99 subscription. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate that. As always, subs are the best way you can support my content here. Looking for a snap so we don't die to their Merit Liege. Any order and shuffle those. We have 1 snap in our deck. Am I just bolting them here? I feel like I'm just bolting them here, right? Like, try and kill them. This card's so much better than Treasure Cruise, it's kind of unreal. It's worth noting too, when we surgicaled our opponent, we did find out that they only had one copy of Dark Depths in their deck, so they do need to like crop rotation for it, most likely. What are you doing here? Tireless Tracker, don't care about that one. Zero fucks to give there. Because Jace unsummons too. After Fate Sealing and Brainstorming, he gets his little DJ disc and he unsummons. Alright, so we're getting this. How about if I use my no button on this one? How about if I use my no button on this one? Stop it. Bad opponent. No crop rotation. Sure. It's too bad you're dead next turn. Maze of If. Oh, God. What a tilt. Hey, Mike the Knight. Keep up all the good work. Thanks for the 5-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Man, what a tilt. Maze of If. Alright. Can I bolt, snap bolt through this sphere? So this is 2, and then each of these are 5. If I would have kept a land, I'd have had enough. Alright, I guess I'm gonna... Oh, we didn't even need the other Snapcaster, so I could have just used Jace to unsummon. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. It's whatever, they're probably dead. Do they have a Bajuka Bog in their deck? They don't have a Bajuka Bog in their deck right now. Okay, I'm gonna unsummon this Tireless Tracker. And I'm gonna pass the turn. And we're gonna win in spite of myself. We might actually not have time to play a full league with this deck because these games are going so long. I have to be done by like 11:45 because Jake gets off the bus. Man, I'm really glad we left these bolts in our deck. Could you imagine how much easier this match would be if I just had like 3 Blood Moons or like 2 Blood Moons? We would definitely find a Blood Moon every game. They have a Maze of It, so the combat step didn't matter. What if I told you I was just gonna burn you out, opponent? If I told you that my Bedlam Reveler deck was secretly a burn deck. And by secretly, I mean very obviously. And there's only 14 cards in our deck again. That's the best part about this deck, is we keep ending games with like 10 cards in our deck. It's just like, all right, what if we just drew every card? This is more of a Blood Sun deck? Yeah, that's fair, Andrew. It could be a Blood Sun deck. Well, I mean, like, I guess you'd have to think about it. Like, what matches where I want Blood Moon do I need Grove of the Burnwillows? Like, that's the question, right? Just gonna use all the bits of the buffalo here and just prove that I don't need this extra Snapcaster Mage that I have anyways. Let's get unsummon this one. Man, I am ready. We are gonna unsummon some Bedlam Revelers in fucking Modern. It's gonna be glorious, chat. You thought the Mardu Pyromancer deck drew a lot of cards? Who's ready to unsummon Bedlam Revelers and Snapcaster Mages? That sounds more than good. It's great. Yeah, but like, if you have Delver under Blood Moon, do you need the Punishing Fires? Like, is that real? I do not want to see that. Oh, baby. Jace the Mind Sculptor reban in.
Thank you everyone for hanging out here today. Welcome. My name is Jeff Hoagland. If you're enjoying what you see, I ask you to please hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything else so people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see, do like Levi just did there. Thanks for re-upping that $4.99 a month subscription for 2 months in a row. Subscriptions are the absolute best way you can support my content here. My subscribers are the reason I'm able to do what I do as often as I do. Are you okay, tiny man? Did you forget how to walk? Come here. Come here. Yeah, oh, we tripped over our feet. It's tough being two. Oh, your leg hurts. If you're enjoying my content, you can also support my content by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com. We'd love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. If you use code Hoagland PayPal. No, we're playing down here this morning. No, playing downstairs. You can use code Hoagland PayPal to save 8% on your orders with them. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, bags. They really do it all. At any rate, we're 2-0 in this league. Are we gonna cash a league? It's been so long since we've cashed a league on stream that I almost forget what that feels like. I think we've cashed like one of the last 12 leagues. There you go. You're okay. You're okay. Your foot is fine. You tripped. You're gonna survive. You're a big, strong, independent toddler.
A big sit.
Big, strong toddler.
A sit.
You want to sit on Dad's shoulders?
I had the chair.
Okay. Should we put the desk up? Maybe do some squats while we stream?
I see that.
We should put the desk up. Get swole. Enjoy the ride, Twitch chat. Pa, loompa, doompity doo. I've got another decklist for you. Pa, loompa, doompity dee. We've got another decklist for me. Beep, 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 beep. Beep 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 burp 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 doot doot doot. Ooh, next victim. Next victim. Hold on, tiny child, or I'm gonna put you down. You can stay up there if you can hold on, otherwise you gotta get down. This thing seems pretty bad. We don't have double blue to cast the counterspell. You want to sit down? Okay.
Sit down.
There you go.
Sit down.
There you go. You can have Dad's chair all to yourself. No cantrips. If we knew we were playing a matchup where Bolts and Punishing Fires were going to be good, I'd keep that hand. I think this hand's got to go back to just like Bedlam in the opener and no other castables. It's fine. It's like not exciting, but it's fine. Bottom of land for now. Lands plus Dack. I think I'm okay with that, actually. Did I put those in the wrong order? I thought I meant to draw the island there. I must have stacked them wrong. Drawing the Dack is bad in case my opponent has a turn 1 discard spell. Dack Fayden makes the Reveler in the opener slightly less awkward. Yeah, I must have stacked them wrong. And then we get to fetch away the 4th land that we don't necessarily need. Although I guess if they play a Thalia on 2, I'll probably keep that 4th land. Stoneforge Mystic. Stoneforge Mystic! I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. Whenever my opponent leads on basic planes and legacy, I'm always like, are you aware that you're allowed to cast Brainstorm and Gristlebrand in this format, but you've chosen to register Mother of Runes? Like that's where your decisions led you. Your decision-making process was, you know what I really want to do in Legacy? I want to play Mother of Runes. It's just like, all right, you know, friend, you do you, but are you aware that there's a Gristlebrand and a Brainstorm? Ooh, I found a piece of candy, chat. I found a piece of candy. We're definitely bidding the Bedlam Reveler. We're pretty far off of that one. Am I ditching the Brainstorm or the Snapcaster Mage here? Stop hating on Wada by control. The deck is great. It's something. I'm not saying it's not competitive. I'm just saying that you could be casting Brainstorm and or Gristlebrand, and you've chosen basic planes. That's the camp we're putting our cards in, the basic planes camp. I think I'm just casting Sweltering Suns here, right? Just like clean this crap out. That's so good. That's so good, chat. I just wanna rub it all over my body. My Jace the Mind Sculptor. He's sculpting the minds. Oh, baby. All right, so we're just gonna ditch Brainstorm, ditch Force of Will here. Play this, crack it for a basic mountain. Cast Sweltering Suns. That'll take the Stoneforge Mystic off the table. They'll bounce this. Who casts Gristlebrand? Well, you can put him into play, right? So, like, they're gonna pick the Thalia up, but then, like, if they don't have a Wasteland or a port next turn to go with the Thalia, we get to stick Jace the Mind Sculptor, which, if you haven't heard about this card for Modern, it's pretty good. Hey, Doof Monster, that brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate that. Subscriptions, as always, are the best way you can support my content here. Deal. Oh no, not more artifacts. How could I ever possibly beat more artifacts? Oh no. All right, so am I starting by drawing cards with this? I think I'm starting by drawing cards with this, right? Because I could hit like Punishing Fire or Bolt here. Snap, Force of Will. I think I'm going to keep the Snap for now, ditch the land and the Force of Will. And I'm going to play this, and I'm going to play Jace, and I'm going to unsummon this Thalia, just like continuing, like tempoing them back into the Stone Age. Oh, you know what? If they have an untapped, this was a bad play. If they have an untapped land here, they get to go Sword of Fire and Ice, equip Smash. Maybe that was wrong. Maybe I'm just supposed to take Jason plus him there. That's why this card's really complicated, right? Like, there's so many things it can do every turn. But I guess if they put the sword into play, I could just take the sword, right? So I've got that appeal behind it. Judges Familiar. 2-time Pro Tour champion, Judges Familiar. So many things you can be doing in Legacy. And we've chosen to register Pro Tour champion, Judges Familiar. Oh man. I think we're just like digging for Punishing Fire here, right? So I'm supposed to plus Dack first and then Jace Storm. That lets me see 5 more cards this turn. Just casual 5 more cards this turn. So I probably want to keep the snap, right? Huh. If I keep the snap, I could Jace plus on them and then snap the Thalia, and then the Jace doesn't die next turn, which is super appealing. Yeah, actually, that sounds really appealing, right? And I'm gonna Fate Seal myself here. We're just like looking to get to Punishing Fire. Would you like to put Ponder on the bottom of your library? I think I would, actually. I think I would. Yes, I would like to put Ponder on the bottom. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna cast this Brainstorm. It's probably not unreasonable. These two back, play this land out, pass the turn. No, I don't think I want to snap first because I don't want to give them the chance to play and equip Sword of Fire and Ice. So by leaving the Thalia in play, let's see how they attack here. And you see how like the entire game becomes about Jace the Mind Sculptor as long as he's in play? I'm not part of the Modern Super League. And we don't attach me to anything even semi-official Wizards related. That's just a bad move for Wizards of the Coast. They're smarter than that. They're smarter than putting me on anything semi-official. That's fine. I don't care about cracking the fetch. Like what? We get to see like 6 cards next turn? Who cares if we crack our fetch land? Oh no! Oh no! Don't hit my Planeswalkers for one, opponent! Don't hit my Planeswalkers for one! How will I ever possibly win the game now? I actually think I want to crack my fetch next turn, right? Leonin Arbiter. That's certainly a thing. That is... We are deep, chat. Okay, so we're looking for a Snapcaster Mage. We got six shots at a Snapcaster Mage to snap this Sweltering Suns. Oh, I guess I need a land too because of this stupid bird, right? Woo! Woo, buddy! Woo, baby! Woo, baby! Found me some hot fire, chat. Found me some hot fire. Punish it. Beep beep dee dee beep dee 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 beep dee 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 dee. All right, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to plus this Jace now. Pretty sure we're supposed to plus this Jace. And just try and keep them off of hitting this land drop. Leonin Arbiter. No, you can keep that one, opponent. You can keep that one. Oh, look at that. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Found another piece of Punishing Fire, chat. We found another Punishing Fire. Is that one good? I feel like that Punishing Fire is really good. This was a wrong fetch. I should have gotten another Volk here, but I'm excited to now not just have 1, but 2 pieces of Punishing Fire. You could probably make a strong argument that I should have brought this fire back to my hand before using Dack, but mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. You're not going upstairs right now. No. The answer is no. You're not opening the gate. Life's tough. Yeah. Life's tough when you're 2. Look at them. Look at these good, honest white creatures just fighting the good fight here. Just like swimming against the current that is Jace the Mind Sculptor. Just swimming, just like constantly trying not to die and failing. And failing! Oh! 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 Wait, did they just attack Dack? Did they really just attack Dack and not my Jace? We're gonna try Jason lots of modern shells. Lots of modern shells. Alright, so we're gonna punish what they just did here by returning these punishing fires to my hand. And we're going to, so they left 2 mana up with Declan. I love you and you're adorable, but Dad's gonna time out. Dad's gonna time out, yep. Aw, I know, it's sad. It's sad. Dad's gonna time out. So now we get to go Punishing Fire your Thalia. And then if they bounce the Thalia, we get to go Punishing Fire your Stoneforge Mystic. Or Punishing Fire your Leonard Arbiter. And now I still haven't used the Dack here, so I get to go Punishing Fire this. So now if they put an equipment into play, I just get to steal it. And now I get to go unsummon this, and just like you have all these cards, but they don't matter because I'm winning and you are not. Because I got my Planeswalkers. You're not going upstairs right now. I don't understand why my opponent conceded. They still have 7 cards in their hand. Why come back, opponent? We're not done playing Magic yet, I thought. I thought we weren't done playing Magic. Come back. Come back, opponent. Weren't we having fun? I was having fun. You just want me to pick you up? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, Dad is going to cut these counter spells, I think. I think that's all I want to do. This Pithing Needle is probably pretty good. Cutting 1 cantrip's probably fine. Alright, I'm gonna change a diaper really quick. I'll be right back, chat.
We go up.
No, we're gonna change a diaper. Your head is fine. You an early nap today? You're not open. You want something to drink? Have a drink. You have something to eat. You're not playing upstairs right now. Upstairs at lunch, okay? Jake's at school. Upstairs right now. Alright. We might need to go on mute here for a minute while Declan has a meltdown. He'll pass. Sorry about that. Yeah, these cards seem good. I think I want to keep this extra land here, especially just because my opponent could go like Wasteland plus the Lunar Arbiter next turn, which could lock us off of using this fetch land. Sure. Really care about that one. We have an Ancient Grudge on top of our deck. So I think I'm just gonna let this happen. Although I guess I could just bolt this. Nah, I probably really don't care about that, right? It's a shame we can't Windmill Slam the Jace this turn. It sucks is we're only gonna get the front half of that grudge, but it is what it is. We have 2K grips in our deck right now to kill this Rest in Peace down the line, which is nice. If they pass the turn here and just plan to put their sword into play, do I just cast this Jace and unsummon this? Is that insane? Like, I have the grudge and like the other removal to clean up their shit anyways. I think that's the line. We're like sad if they have like exactly Council's Judgment, but outside of Council's Judgment, I think this is pretty good for us. Okay, just take this opportunity to do this. Oh, they could just have Batterskull in hand? Yeah, that's pretty punishing. I didn't even think about that. I'd already cast it by the time I saw that message in chat. No whammy? No whammy? No whammy? Yeah, no whammy. Sweet. Your move. You want pretzels? You need more pretzels? More pretzels left. Alright, here's the last of the pretzels. Here's the last of the pretzels. It's cute that you think that matters. Alright, so then let's start doing what Jace does, which is bury my opponent, an insurmountable card advantage. This Bedlam Reveler's not doing a lot. I probably don't need the second Ancient Grudge. And actually, the Grudges are probably fine because they have like more swords and stuff, right? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna cast this Tireless Tracker, continue burying my opponent. For those of you that have never witnessed Jace in action before, hold on to your butts. This is what... We're gonna put our opponent firmly into the ground. The game is over. Our opponent, like, we're gonna keep playing Magic for a little while here, but our opponent is no longer winning this game. Hey, the Drowning Cow Live with that 2-month resubscription. Thanks a lot for re-upping that Twitch Prime support. I do appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. I thought this wasn't legal till tomorrow. God, they have so many swords. Just slowly, slow and steady. Like, my opponent's, like, gonna do stuff, but, like, we're gonna see enough cards of, like, what they're doing, like, actually just rolling. Perilous Stasis Hex at 3-month Twitch Prime resubscription. Thanks for re-upping. I do appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. All right, and start with... Actually, I probably want to crack... I want to crack one of these first, just because I want to get a little bit deeper. Sweltering Suns. That's going to be pretty good here in a bit. I want to get this at least one larger, though, first before I start doing that. I'm going to throw these Brainstorms back for the time being. Put this into play. We're probably just going to win through this Rest in Peace, huh?
We can Punishing Fire, we just won't be able to, like, loop it. It's fine. I did board in the grips. I did. There are 2 Krosan Grips in our deck currently. Currently 2K Grips in our deck. My sequencing here has been real sloppy. I am aware of how sloppy my sequencing has been. Clean these Stoneforge Mystics up. Draw 3 more cards with Jace. Maybe. I'm excited to Tireless Tracker Jace together. That's what I'm excited for, chat. Rebel with that brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate that. You know what Jace Storming here sends the message? It sends the message that I could unsummon your germ, but I actually don't care. I could unsummon your germ, but it's actually irrelevant. You know why? Because I'm gonna bury you with my Jace the Mind Sculptor. Grudge it. Grudge it louder. Grudge it louder. Are we done here yet, opponent? I feel like we're done here, right? I feel like we're done here, but we're gonna keep playing Magic, I guess. I guess my opponent's into continuing to play Magic with us. Are Jace plus Tracker allowed via the Twitch TOS? That's a good question. We might be putting my channel at risk by showing this. Oh baby. Oh baby. Oh baby, baby. Oh baby, baby. Let me double check, Knight of Saint Traft. I'm not 100% on that. You might be right. There's a good chance you're right. This is adorable. Are we done now? Are we done? Now we're done. Okay, that was the tipping point. The tipping point was I had a removal spell for the 4th Stoneforge Mystic. That's the thing that finally fatally pushed them over the edge. That's all right. Well, we are currently 3-0, 6-0 in games. Yeah, I think you're right, Knight of Saint Traft. I'll do that. My spreadsheet wizardry should automatically adjust it. Where is it at here? We cashed the league! We've cashed the league, chat! You know how long it's been since we've cashed a league? How long am I going to be streaming for today? We're going to be done early this morning. Jake does get back from school. I have to be outside by like 11:45. So depending on how long, if this match goes long too, I probably won't be able to finish this league this morning, which kind of sucks, but I'm going to be back this afternoon and we're going to do typical long Tuesday afternoon stream, start about 2 o'clock and then head on through till 6 or 7 in the evening. This has been the best stream ever. This deck is gas. I might have to play more of this, like make some changes. All right, opponent's mulliganing a lot, which generally means this Force of Will is going to be good. I think I'm gonna go basic island pass here. I'm not quite sure what our opponent's doing, and if we need this Force of Will, I'd rather pitch the Ponder to the Force than pitch the Brainstorm to the Force because our hand is kind of land heavy. Opponent could be playing a fair deck and just be a little bit unlucky, but
Well, we don't have any black mana in our deck. We don't have any black mana in our deck. So I'm going to force this because on average, the opponent's deck has far more ways to get things out of the graveyard than it has to put them into the graveyard. So I think trying to cut them off this Faithless Looting potentially has a lot of upside. Hey, Evil White Stripe with that brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thanks for the support. I really do appreciate that. Subs, as always, are the best way you can support my content here. And like if they have an Entomb or another looting, or they run off a couple, have a couple of lands run off, we'll be a little bit sad about this. But I think forcing their get something into the bin is usually right. And we could just die here because of that line, but I think it's correct to typically do what I just did. Yeah, and we're gonna get punished. Yeah. And just because we're gonna die here doesn't make the line that I took wrong. It just means, you know, sometimes they have you through it. And that's okay. It's okay. Would like to grab these. I would like to grab this. Our Punishing Fires, our Tireless Trackers, our Sweltering Suns. Yeah, I feel like the sideboard of this deck needs a little bit of work. Because I have cards like in matchups like this that I'm looking at this and going, well, I don't really want these cards in my deck, but I don't have an option to not have them in my deck, which kind of sucks. Maybe Tracker slightly better than these. There is a format column. It's column D. Column D is the format column. Oh, K-Grip for Animate Dead. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I like trimming a Grove, too. That seems fine. Maybe trim a couple of bolts. Okay, this isn't terrible. Honestly, the snap's been kind of sweet. I wouldn't mind a second copy of this in the 75. For these Reanimator decks and lands. That was a 1-mana Mold to 5 turn 2 kill through a Force of Will, correct. Block Constructed has a lot of the same problems that like formats like Frontier had, which is just that like people want to play formats they can reasonably play, and there just wasn't a lot of accessibility for people to play Block Constructed. Why are we not playing Madamorph? I was asking the real hard-hitting questions, because in Legacy, we get to play real cantrips, like Brainstorm, Ponder, and Preordain. Is this hand good, chat? How do we feel about this one? This one seems decent. Maybe decent plus even. That's true. We should have enough time to finish the league. Win or lose, this game should pretty much be a blaze. There's your sandwiches, Icky. I'm gonna grab the Trop here just in case we draw one of our green cards. Oh, they Chancellored. I should pay attention. That's fine. I probably wanted to do that. Although I guess. You want bar? We'll have more butter sandwich for lunch. You just had a snack.
Oh, got the fish.
Yeah, I probably should have not I shouldn't have punted there if I didn't notice that this happened. I didn't notice that this happened. Gonna snap ponder here, gonna clock on the table. Now I think I just need to get a clock on the table. I think holding up snap surgical is just like waiting around too long. We could get punished for doing this again, but again, I think just because we got punished for it last game doesn't make it wrong now. I think we're definitely supposed to do what I just did there and force the thing that puts it into the bin. All right, I mean, these are great, right? We could die next turn. Go. I think it's right to play the Snapcaster Mage there. I think the mistake I made this game was playing the Ponder into the Chancellor on one for no value, because I wasn't paying attention. If we get to untap here, we're gonna be in a great spot. Ding. Ding, fries are done. Bum 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 bum. Ding, 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 ding. Let Snapcaster's 10-turn race begin. The great escape, if you would. Badlands. You know what they say about people that play Badlands, opponent? The same thing they say about people that play Scrublands. They're really plateauing their legacy career. Is that joke awful? I know it's awful, but it's excellent, right? It's like awful excellent. Awfulence. Right, looking for more surgicals, looking for more counterspells, looking for more Snapcaster Mages. Yeah, like that one there. I'm just going top here. Think about the old tops. I think we're just going tops, right? Because this way, next turn I can have up Snap Surgical plus Counterspell plus Force. It's so bad that it's good. If you weren't a dad, it wouldn't be allowed. Ain't that the truth? This Counterspell artwork is so A+. I love it. So fantastic. All right, Snapcaster Mage, you're doing God's work here. And I don't think I want to snap Preordain. I think I'd rather hold this Snapcaster Mage's additional interaction. Especially if they're just like working their way up to hardcasting things plan. We can counterspell and then snap counterspell if they have like 6 lands into like Grave Titans. 7 more turns, Mr. Snapcaster Mage. 7 more turns. I was just about to say, Bedlam Reveler's a little bit awkward in these matchups with the counterspells. Technically, we have them dead in 5 because we get to end step a Snapcaster Mage on the turn they're going to be dead. Wonder if 3 Bedlams is too many in this deck. Is that a thing anyone could believe? It's maybe 2, right? The trackers have actually been pretty impressive. Your move, K-Bot. Kind of surprised they named Force there. Wouldn't be too surprised if they named like Snap or Counterspell just because like they've already seen 2 Forces. Wonder if this is a concession therapy.
gonna play on, they say. Okay. I'm not supposed to stick the Jace, right? I'm just supposed to leave up multiple axes of interaction. Although I guess the Jace is axis of interaction in this matchup, right? But I guess they could go like discard spell into like Floop a Grave Titan into play, and then I'd be really sad. But I guess to do that, they need to fight through Counterspell and Snapcaster Mage. How do you feel about just playing the Jace here? Is that unreasonable? Leave Dad's phone alone, bud. I kind of like just jamming the Jace since we hit the 6th land. Jace doesn't seem necessary to win. Yeah, that's fair. 7 lands. Yeah, that's fair, because then we can hold up 2 pieces of interaction. Jace is kind of an axis of interaction is the thing. I'm letting this Faithless Looting resolve at this point, because if they bin something, I can snap Surgical it and increase my clock. Oh, that's true, too. The 6th land does give us Counterspell, Snap Counterspell. That's super fair. Discarded a Chancellor, sure. Huh. If they play like a discard spell here, like a Cabal Therapy or something, I might just flash in the Snapcaster Mage and target my Surgical in response. Yeah, it's probably loose. That's probably loose. Dark Ritual, sure. Yeah, I kind of want to put the Snapcaster into play this turn because it cuts us down to a 2-turn clock. They could, like, go for, like, the Ig-Zoom Entomb response when we Surgical the Chancellor line. Gurmag Angler. That's a sideboard plan. Sure, I guess. I have Jace. Jace just like solves all of our problems. That's a format legal magic card. Yeah, that's kind of neat. It's kind of neat. So I think I'm gonna like end step. Oh, geez, that's a thing. What's the storm count? Isn't that something I should be able to see? I feel like that's something I should be able to see. I feel like it's more than 3, right? Yes, it's more confirmed more than 3. All right. Watch out for tendrils. So we still have Counterspell and Snap Surgical up here, and Snap Flusterstorm, technically. One's got 5 cards left. Okay. But wait, there's more! Animate Dead Targeting Gurmag Angler. Resolves. So this one I'm gonna snap Surgical. I want to take all the Chancellors out of their deck. Whoa, what the? It just lagged through letting me take that. Wait, are they conceding? What just happened? I was like, I didn't think I could click through. Okay, they're conceding to the snap. I got, my heart just like, I was like, wait, no, what just happened? Oh no! But no, they were conceding. That was a concession. That was a concession. All right, it's cool. It's cool. We figured it out. We got it. I think it skipped it because they conceded while we were looking. Yeah. No, I think it skipped it because I don't think I could actually skip it. It didn't lag. They conceded. Yeah. That's what happened. Take out Revelers. Yeah, that doesn't seem unreasonable. They seem pretty bad. We're just like pretty light on win conditions without them. I think I'm gonna leave 2 in. I think we could get into spots where like this isn't very good. I'm gonna bring in a Roast because they have Gurmag Angler. Yeah, I think they didn't want us to see how they sideboarded. I'm gonna trim one of these and bring in a Bedlam Reveler. Or cut a Bedlam Reveler. Well, it's only a free league if you lose. It has to be a bug that causes you to lose the match. No, MTGO does lag whenever your opponent concedes or when the game ends. So, Roast also kills Sire of Insanity. Yeah, that's true. Good call. This is a pretty easy mulligan, right? Just like no Force, no Surgical, no Flusterstorm, no Counterspells. Got like kind of mediocre cards, but nothing too impressive. Maybe, I mean, like, we're not going to be in situations every game like we were last game where, like, we have infinite gas in our hand. I think there's going to be plenty of games where, like, I'm going to keep this with a Scribe. Get some cantrips going on. I think there's going to be plenty of games where like, we just don't have anything going on and we have plenty of things in our graveyard and we want to just, like, cast Bedlam to get something going. Yeah, Jace doesn't become legal in Modern until tomorrow. So this is a reason to keep kind of medium hands like this one I've kept in this matchup post board, is because, like, my opponent... Oh, are we dead? Is this the duress into turn 1 us? Good shit. Is because the opponent has discard-based disruption, we sometimes keep more medium hands just because, like, they're going to discard some more better cards anyways. I think Omnitel is a good deck in Legacy. I think the results dictate that it's probably not very good. The Brainstorm, sure. I'm just going to go drop pass here now, right? Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Cliffy gave a good TLDR. If we draw Bedlam and it's bad, we're probably winning. Probably dead here. I guess they only have 1 card left. Yeah, they only have 1 card. That's sweet for us. All right, so I'm going to start by cracking this fetch land just because I want the most chances to hit a Force or a Surgical here. And we know the top card of our deck is neither of those cards. Bottom, top. bottom, top, go. There's a good series of hits.
No, because if I let that resolve, then they're pretty likely to.
Let's make sure we surgical the right thing here. See how they sideboarded here finally. Oh, they have a Crystal Brand in their hand too. I was like, that's weird. There's only 3 Crystal Brands in their deck. They have an Archetype of Endurance, some Chancellors, some Animate Deads, a Tide Spectre. Nothing too fancy. They pulled their Gurmag Anglers out for the 3rd game on the play, it looks like. That makes sense.
Like, what format you talking about for Legacy? Grixis Delver is the best deck in Legacy currently. You can make arguments that other decks are, there's plenty of other decks that are competitive too, but if you're like, your only goal is to win, you should definitely be playing Grixis Delver. That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. Yeah, let's just start doing this.
Ow.
This is the part where our opponent gets buried deep in the ground because we have a Jace the Mind Sculptor. For those of you that haven't been paying attention to the rest of this league, this is the part where we take the shovel and start just like shoveling it on top of our opponent here. They're gonna be in for it, Punishing Waterfalls. They do not know what they've asked for. Bedlam. You know what I think my favorite interaction in this deck is? No joke. It's the Jace Storm the cards back to the top of my deck that I want to keep, and then Bedlam Reveler into them. Like that interaction has been kind of great. I'm looking forward to doing that in Modern too. Lands is an okay metagame deck. I don't really like lands in general in Legacy. I'm gonna end step. Maybe I should have brainstormed on my turn actually. -12 is a meme. That's a good way to put it. Yep. -12 is a meme. I'm gonna go ahead and Jace Storm here. I'm gonna put this Surgical and this Flusterstorm on top of my deck. Then I'm just gonna Bedlam to get this going, get our clock going. This is fine. Oh god. Oh yeah, on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. You can find all of my stuff gets archived there. I break it up by deck and by matchup, so you can watch just the stuff that you care about. There might be something to this Jace card, chat. I'm not a Legacy expert, but I think there might be something to this Jace card. I actually like Dead Guy Ale a little bit more than 4-color loam, but they're both fine decks. Neither of them are tier 1, but they're both fine. So we've surgicaled their Gristle Brands already, and I'm looking at my screenshot of their deck list here, and they have 4 Polluted Deltas in their deck. So since they cracked this Bloodstained Mire, I'm gonna Needle Polluted Delta. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. We're definitely gonna have to try a Temur Bedlam Jace deck. I'm going to try more of this deck in Legacy too. I believe I'm playing the Legacy seat for my team in Cincinnati next month. And Matt would probably be happier if I played a blue deck. And honestly, at this point, we're probably getting to the just start Jace sealing you out of the game point, right? No, that's not true. I have more counterspells to draw. I think it's adorable that people think the Bloodbraid Elf unban is relevant. The Bloodbraid unban will be relevant when, like, they reban Jace, I suppose. Like, that's probably true. Play SI at the team event, it has a blue card. Ain't that the truth? I'm gonna force this just so they don't know what's in our hand. It also lets me use all 5 of my mana this turn. Okay, so in Jace's defense in Modern, there is something to be said about Modern likely having more bolts on average in it than... Modern likely has more bolts on average than the... Do I Bedlam into the double surgical here? Or do I just, like, ponder, preordain, and cantrip through my deck? I just feel like the world's my oyster, and I'm really just not sure what I'm supposed to be doing with myself. I think I'm just gonna play the Bedlam out. How is this even fair? This is completely unreasonable. Completely fucking unreasonable. This is just like, I almost feel bad. I almost feel bad. Almost, not quite, not all the way. Is this considered a war crime? Flusterstorm, Tireless Tracker, Lightning Bolts. Oh no! We're gonna have all these things. We're gonna have. All right. Well, we're 4-0. We lost a game though. Pretty sure the deck's garbage. We lost a game. I have time to play another one. Yeah, we have. Hopefully it's less. I have like 45 minutes before I gotta be outside. So. The man has a family. Whose deck is this? This was a H. Rollins submission, one of our subscribers. This is a donation deck list, card for card. Been told that Jace the Mind Sculptor is a solid match. It's okay. You could argue Dece plus. Yes, also, stapling Treasure Cruise onto Tarmogoyf has also been reasonable in this league. I think we're just gonna, like, tweet this league out and be like, prepare your anuses, Modern players, because Jace is coming for you. Jace is coming at you. Coming at you quick. When life comes at you fast. Will anyone be at SCG Con? I might make the trip out for SCG Con. We'll see. If I can qualify for the Invitational, I might go. I think I'm planning to play 2 to 3 opens this season, weather and time permitting, so we'll see. I don't know that we need more grind like Sylvan Library provides. I'm not sure that Sylvan Library is something we're interested in. Well, at the end of the league, if time permitting, we'll talk about some changes I would make to the deck, because I have a few small ideas for things I want to do different, but the core of this deck is kind of great. If we didn't have Jace in this deck, how would it have done? Miserably. Miserably is the answer. Yes, this deck could definitely be ported to Modern. We're gonna try the Jace the Mind Sculptor, put the 2 cards I want to keep on top of my deck and then cast Bedlam Reveler has been so gross. It's been so gross. It's unreasonably disgusting. No, actually, I think 2 and 2 is fine, especially in this deck, because, like, we're playing 4 Brainstorm, 4 Ponder, 4 Preordain, so, like, we're gonna find our high-impact cards. We're gonna find our high-impact cards. I kind of want a second Snap. I think I want some Blood Suns and or Blood Moons in the sideboard to help the lands match up a touch, although we did beat that in this league.
And we just die on turn 1 of the next match. All right, I'm happy though. We cashed the league. We found a fun deck that drew a lot of cards. Some Pyromancers might be good in this deck. It might be reasonable to just play a couple of Pyromancers in this deck. This hand's okay. Our opponent could be like playing a Lotus Petal deck, and then we're gonna be super sad that we kept this hand. But like, this is the downside of playing a mid-range interactive deck like this in Modern, is that, or in Magic in general, Magic, Modern, Legacy. If our opponent's playing a deck where these answers don't line up well into the threats that we're playing, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble. But I don't think this hand is a mulligan in the dark. Something like Vapor Snag or Boomerang. Well, Snap is technically free, right? That's the logic, I believe. Snap is technically free because it untaps 2 lands. Hugel Collusion. If they're Delver, this hand's probably pretty good. It's the mirror match. I actually feel like based on this start, I want to just try and guarantee my land drops. I suppose I could take the Jace here and leave myself the option to draw the Force of Will should they look like a combo deck. I think I'm going to take the Jace because it looks like they could be a control deck. And like, I can crack this fetch land to not draw the card, the Force that's on top of my deck, and then we can snap Ponder next turn to hopefully dig for the 4th land. This ends up bad for us if our opponent has Stifle, but outside of that, if they're just playing Delver or a fair deck without Stifle, we're going to be in a pretty good spot here. Okay, here's my consensus on Jason Modern. There you go. Here you go. Okay, so smells like miracles. Search for Azcanta. Yep. So we definitely want to shuffle that Force away that's on top of my deck. I think I'm gonna fetch a basic island here just because some of these Miracles decks have like back to basics in their main deck, and I don't want to get caught by that by surprise. I don't really need double red early. I like that this is a legacy deck that feels like I don't get punished by Blood Moon or back to basics too heavily too, which is nice. A lot of these fair decks get punished by those. Yeah, maybe Squee. I can see that being true, being the case. Yeah, this is not going to be. We might actually run out of time here. Probably going to be a long match. Looking for some lands to stick these Jaces down their throats. I guess there could have been an argument to keeping the Force that was on top of my deck to try and play the Jace with Force backup. I have this in my hand. I think this is in any order in shuffle. Cantrips are kind of appealing, but like most of our decks is cantrips and land, so gonna any order shuffle. Yeah, so like we gave ourselves a shot at the land, but still have a pretty good chance of hitting a cantrip there. Yeah, Search plus Predict is really good. We played a little bit of the Blue White Miracles deck post Search on stream, and it was very powerful. Definitely think it's one of the better decks in Modern and Legacy still. Bend a land, missed a land drop. That's aggressive. All right, I'm gonna lead on Brainstorm here because I kind of want to play this Jace with Counterspell or Force to back it up. Back it up. Woo, back it up. Woo. Do you think 8-Rack can have a good? Do I think 8-Rack can have a good matchup against the thing that draws a bunch of extra cards? No, probably not. Probably not. Alright, I'm gonna windmill this Dack Fayden. That probably needs to be countered on their part, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe they're a psychopath. Maybe they're a psychopath and don't care about my Dack Fayden. No, you cannot. So, Flashback explicitly states you have to pay it for its converted mana cost. Its casting cost, sorry. You may get Flashback cost equal to its mana cost, not an alternative cost. Wow, that happened. Alright, deal. Guess I should have kept that Punishing Fire. Huh. I feel like this Bedlam Reveler's not doing anything for a while, so let's just bin that for now. Go. We found Counterspell, so that means if we find 2 more lands, we can play Jace with Counterspell up at some point here. I'm not going to attack with this because the chance of them having a Snapcaster to pressure my Dack Fayden isn't worth the 2 points of damage I'm gonna get in. Decks like Bogles, linear non-interactive decks will generally have decent Jace matchups depending on what the cards surrounding Jace are. We're up 2 minutes on clock right now. We're gonna try and stay up on clock because that's probably gonna be relevant. We have a Plow here, like Plow plus Snapcaster Mage. We dumpstered Delver earlier today. I don't know about the rest of it. This is a Jace, yep. So we get 3 looks at a Force of Will of our own. They're fate sealing themselves. Okay, hopefully they don't have a Force. Oh, huh. I'm gonna start by doing this, see what we get. So do I want to jam my Jace or Bolt Snap Bolt their Jace? Oh, I just discarded my Bolt by mistake. Well, I guess that means I'm playing my Jace. That was a mistake. I meant to discard the tracker. Give a Force. All right. Well, now we're in trouble. Mistakes were made, chat. Looking for a land. I'm gonna keep the Punishing Fire because it's card advantage with Dack Fayden. Can you use your teammates' thoughts or your own thoughts? Why would Jace be bad against? Why would humans be bad against Jace? Be a big boy or girl. Pull up your big kid pants. Tell me with your words why you think that's the case. No, Dack cannot steal Jace with Burn, which is really sad. His magic sucks. Makes me cry. Oh, gross. I would say land is good, but we need another blue source here. Blue source, please. Blue source, please. Ding, ding, ding. So I'm gonna bin this Grove. And then I can play this Jace with Counterspell up. I think I need to counterspell this. It feels bad if they have like a Force or a Spell Pierce and they're baiting me here, but the Snapcaster on the table is just like pressure for my Planeswalkers, which sucks. I already played a land for the turn. We drew a Bolt too, so we could Bolt Snap Bolt this Jace next turn, which feels good. Those for now, go. The fact that this deck has no ways to interact with a flipped Azcanta feels kind of bad. That being said, there's probably a good chance we can just like run our opponent out of threats, right? No, I put Bolt on top of my deck with Jace the Mind Sculptor. I didn't misclick that time. Yeah, Mantis Rider's gonna gobble Jace right on up, which will be good. Also, again, like, timing my opponents out is gonna be a real win condition this game. This match. There be light so I can watch when the bus gets here soon. Miss you, and I mean in a half hour or so. Opponent's now down 3 minutes on clock, so I'm gonna start by returning this Punishing Fire to my hand. Yes, and then I'll use Dack here. Discard this Brainstorm probably. I think, oh crap, they played a Counterbalance. Well, we're probably dead now. Probably dead to Counterbalance. I guess I could Fate Seal them. Alright, that's actually pretty good. Actually pretty good. I guess we're just like racing to Jace here, right? It's like racing to Jace ult. And again, I think we're behind right now, but the real win condition's the clock at this point. Put Terminus on the bottom. Nope. So I'm gonna stop at their upkeep, so that way if they crack this fetch land, we'll Bolt Snap Bolt their Jace in response. If they don't crack the fetch land, we'll Bolt Snap Bolt the Jace during their upkeep, I think. So send your Bolt upstairs while there's a Terminus on top of your deck. Yep, don't have mana for your Azcanta, buddy. You done screwed the pooch, champ. The pooch is thoroughly getting wanked. Oh yeah, just get my Snapcaster Mage in here. Get my Snapcaster Mage in here. Suddenly not looking so terrible, team. Suddenly, hey, the gang's all here. It's Jace the Mind Sculptor and Dack Fayden versus Azcanta and Counterbalance. I'm gonna give them the dirty here. Give them the Bizwitch. Ooh, they have a Snapcaster of their own. That's unfortunate. All right. Huh. Rats. Do I want to Brainstorm in response? Do I know the cards that are on top of my deck right now? No, because I Jaced. Yeah, I think I want to Brainstorm. At like Force plus blue card. That's a tilt. Oh, we hit another Bolt though. That is excellent. Quite excellent. All right. Yeah, so throw these back. Put those two bad Mamma Jammas on top. Bolt you again. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. The taste of Jace in the morning. End you. This is my lightning bolt. My lightning bolt is amazing. Yes, excellent. That was a good stack. Eep cheerio, mates. I'm gonna target this bolt, then try and bolt the Snapcaster Mage. Might as well. I don't think so. What would the upside be? I'm not thinking of any. And they might have a one on top here with like Doesn't really cost us much. It gives us a little bit of information. Yeah, Brainstorm on top. That's fine. Oh, I should wait for the shuffle. Yeah, you're right. I should have waited for the shuffle to happen so that way they couldn't stack it. 10 out of 10 should have waited for the shuffle there. They don't have 2 white. How great would it be if that was just an entreat they just drew and they don't have 2 white? Yeah, chat's right. I should have waited for the shuffle to happen, then I likely could have killed the Snapcaster Mage there. That was a punt on my part. That was a punt on my part. That was a pretty big mistake. Yep. Yep, and there's a good chance this wouldn't be here to pressure my planeswalkers if I just sequence this better. They attack my Jace, that makes sense. I'm gonna try and pick this Punishing Fire back up. Try and kill this. Will I deck ourselves? It's a real consideration. Oh, I should have Jace sealed first, actually. This was a sloppy sequencing on my part. You have a Ponder on top, that's fine. Yeah, I should have Jace sealed them. Yep. Sloppy. Brainstorm doesn't do anything. I guess I'm just Jace sealing. Start by doing this. Let's start by doing this. And I think I want to just start Jacing myself here. All right, so I can do this, and then I can do this, and then I can go Tracker plus Bedlam Reveler here, which seems decent for us. I think I'm going to bottom anything that's not a force here. Ding. Ding. Fries are done, chat. Bum, 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 bum. Bim, 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 bim. Yeah, Terminus is fine. It's not. These creatures are not how we're winning this game. This is how I'm winning this game. This one right here. This one right here is how we're winning this game. Yeah, alt deck really doesn't accomplish anything. I think we're basically just digging for counterspells and force of wills and Snapcaster Mages, right? That's basically what we're doing at this point. And they just see so many cards that like there's really not any reason for me to Jace plus on them. So put Punishing Fire on the bottom. Yeah, I think so. I think I just like have so few cards in my deck that I just want to like I know with Punishing Fire and Grove and Dack it's like kind of a combo, but I think at this point we're just doing this. Pass the turn here. We just like don't want our Jace to die basically. See if they have a force of their own here. They do. Okay, so this is 6 angels. So the Dack ult is going to do something here, which is nice. So we Dack alt. Punishing Fire, one of these. Yeah! That was great. That was some quality fucking Magic the Gathering. That was excellent. 10 out of 10 would play again. Nice entreat the Angels, opponent. How'd you feel about that one? How'd you feel about that one, opponent? Okay, Snap's probably not very good. These bolts probably aren't good enough, right? I feel like these bolts probably aren't good enough. I think trimming a Bedlam is fine. I think 1 to 2 is going to be great. The rest of these cards all seem reasonable. I think these forces are actually pretty good. Maybe I don't want all 4 of them. How do we feel about this? How do we feel about this board plan? I think this is great. Just trying so hard to figure out where we're at 2x speed. Thank you everyone for hanging out here today. That's a good plug for the YouTube channel. We've been streaming this deck for the last 2.5 hours. This is going to be our last match of the morning. If you really enjoyed it, I'm going to upload it to my YouTube channel right after. So about 40 minutes from now, when it finishes processing, you'll be able to catch all of the matches in there. We're currently 4-0 and we're up a game in round 5. I think this is how I want to board in this matchup. I don't think Pithing Needle is good enough. Oh, I guess this answers Azcanta, right? Okay, yeah, I'd buy that. I was like, I have Jaces, so I don't want to like Needle to stop their Jace, but like Needle for Azcanta is an answer, and we were talking about not having an answer for that. That probably makes it good enough. Snapcaster Mage is probably fine. Do we have any other trims here? I don't really have anything I actively want to cut. I kind of like the forces. I guess with Pyroblast, maybe I don't need 3. All right, I'm going to go down to 2. I just feel like we're going to get into situations like we were in last game where like we only want Force and Counterspell. We only want Force and Counterspell as our only cards. It seems fine. Yeah, K-Grip is excellent. We have two of those. 2 of those in our deck right now. They have Search for Azcanta and Counterbalance in their deck. Counterbalance is kind of annoying still, even without top. That is actually true. Dack alt, you're joking, but that is actually correct. Blasting whatever enchantment they play here. They have a Force of Will? That would be really bad for us. We are 4-0 and we are up a game in this match, and we're currently up 3 minutes on clock, which is good too. They have a Force. All right. Yep. All right. Please don't have a 1-mana card on top. I'm just going bottom here. I kind of just need to like find a Reb or a K-Grip. That is correct. That is how Split Second works. I think I'm just aggressively bottoming, looking for Rebs and Pyroblasts. Should try and stick this deck. They don't have a ton of 3s in their deck. I'm gonna do it off a Tropical Island too, so that way we can stick. Oh, you know what? I probably was supposed to play Dack off the Grove, so that way I could use the fetch land with the tracker next turn. Yeah, that was correct. I'm trying to play quickly so we don't time out. This is definitely a match that can come down to time. They have a Monastery Mentor. Ooh, that's kind of a beating. Wow, so not only did they counter the Dack, but they've got Mentor on top now. Yeah, it does. It allows them to get extra triggers with things like fetch lands. It also insulates it against potentially having removal for it. Yeah. All right. How lucky are we? Please be lucky, 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 please be lucky. Yeah! Nice Monastery Mentor, opponent. Nice Monastery Mentor. Yeah, anytime for Jacob too. His bus technically doesn't get here till 8 after 12, so we should be okay. We should be okay, and usually doesn't get here till 20 after 12, but I like to be out there by noon, so ideally we're going to be done in 19 minutes or less here. I mean, I didn't have another line there, so like it's not even about punishment really, right? It's just like, this is my only choice. My only choice is like hoping you don't have it. I mean, they had it last turn, so it was only fair that they didn't have it this turn, right? Put cards on top and then didn't shuffle. Okay. Just punishing fire back here. Auto yield to this trigger. We'd love to draw land here. Perfect. We play Tireless Tracker. I assume they left the 1 on top of their deck. Oh, the Tireless Tracker. Thank you, opponent. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right. Yeah. Get him. Got him good. Get him. Got him good. That was tasty. All right. Let's talk about what I liked, what I didn't like. This deck is gas. Hot fire gasoline. Love the deck. Let's talk about some small changes that I think I would make if I was going to play it again. I think 3 Bedlam Revelers is way too many. I think the Bedlam Reveler was great in this deck, and it did a lot of great things, but I think 3 is too many copies. Between our 12 cantrips and our Planeswalkers, we just like see so many cards that we just don't need this many copies of that card. I think I would probably slot this other Tireless Tracker into the main deck there if I was expecting a more fair meta. If you're expecting a more unfair meta, I guess you could play like some Flusterstorms or something like that in the main. Yeah, I think 3 Bedlams is too many in a deck that sees this many cards. I think 2 is probably a good number. We can brainstorm them away when there's extras. Oh, we had 3 Flusterstorms on our board? That can't be right. No, I just took a thing. I think there were only 2 in here. Maybe Moto's bugging? I can't tell if Moto's bugging or not. Can I not move cards? What is going on, Magic Online? I don't actually know what's going on here. I'm not sure why we have Ancient Grudge and Krosan Grip in our sideboard. Let me click off of this and click back into it and see if that helps. Magic Online. All right, yeah, there we go. I was like, I thought we only played with 2 Flusterstorms. I think the Sweltering Suns was like kind of cute. It caught us a game against Death and Taxes that it was okay, but I feel like it was just probably not necessary with the punishing fires here. Honestly, I could probably just feel like don't be cute, just like play 4 of your good cards. So I think going on my gut, I would probably do. I think I would do this for the main deck next time we played this, which really cleans it up a lot. It's pretty much all 4 ofs and 2 ofs at this point. The 1 of Snap was actually some pretty sweet utility, so I think I would keep that. Honestly, if I was expecting a lot of lands, I would play a second copy of this card, I think. Potentially. I think this is too many anti... what's the word I'm searching for? This is too many anti-artifact cards, so I would cut at least 1 Ancient Grudge, and then I would test either Blood Sun or Blood Moon in the sideboard. I could see an argument being made for either. I think my gut would say to test Blood Sun first, because I don't think we need Blood Moon to try and cheese people out of games with this deck. I think I would kind of want to test Blood Sun, because Blood Sun we could bring in against Death and Taxes, which would be kind of sweet. Yeah, I think Blood Sun would be nice to bring in against Death and Taxes and lands. I could see that maybe being narrow and Blood Moon potentially being just better, but I think I would want to test Blood Sun in this sideboard.
And then I think in the mana base, if I was putting the second Tireless Tracker in the main, I would kind of be tempted to play a Taiga in this deck just as another fetchable green source. I was a little bit worried about only having Trop as a fetchable green source. I like having 4 basics, but at the same time, I think one more green source just so we don't get caught with our pants down too often is probably reasonable. I would test it if you feel like you don't need it, potentially go back, but I would want to try this, I think. Yeah, another Pithing Needle could be good too. It's another card that interacts with lands. I don't know if the lands matchup is terrible, just based on like... We have 1 tropical island. We have a singleton trop, and then Grove of the Burnwillows also produces green. So I think if I was going to play this deck again, I would try this. Again, just very, very minor changes. Honestly, I wonder if you even need this roast in your deck. I could see this not being the case too. Another thing that might be worth considering in the deck is maybe you just want Tarmogoyfs in the deck. Because like roast is a card that's like for beating up other big creatures. Well, if you want other big creatures, just like play your own big creatures is a good solution as well now. Yes, we did not have a red-green fetchable land. Roast is relevant versus Eldrazi. Well, Tarmogoyf is pretty good against Eldrazi too. So, at any rate, thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and get the archive. It took us 2.5 hours to play this league, uploading to YouTube now, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. I'm going to take my normal 2.5 hour break. I'm probably going to be on closer to 2 o'clock this afternoon because I have to take Jake to his 4-year doctor's checkup at 1 o'clock. So normally I'm on about 1:30, but today's probably going to be 2:30 or so. So I'll be back in 2.5 hours live on here. And the YouTube archive of this video will be live in probably half hour to 45 minutes. But if you're a subscriber, you can check out the replay starting right now on my Twitch. So peace, folks, and thanks everyone. And thanks Rollins for the sweet decklist submission. This was a donation decklist. So thank you everyone that supports my stuff.